What's up, everybody, and welcome back. This is Brad Adaya with the Season 2 of the SEAL, the StarCraft Evolution Amateur League. The premier Brood War vs. Brood War Amateur EVO League, and probably the only Brood War vs. Brood War only Amateur EVO League. To start it off, we're going to have some from our round-robin group stage here. We're going to start off with the Overmind, aka Alex Death, going up against Captain Titus. And since all the replays are broken, it takes a second to open, so... Yay, replay's broken. Yay, thank you, Blizzard. We're loading in on Polypoid here, and, yeah, I don't even know when this happened. I feel like this has to be pretty recent. These games aren't that old, but, you know, it is what it is. In the top left, the Purple Brood War Zerg. The young, I believe, Romanian gentleman. It is the Overmind, aka Alex Death. And in the bottom right, the Red Terran. And I don't remember where they're from. It is Captain Titus, the other Alex. So those of you who are familiar with the EVO ladder, or the SC EVO Discord even, you probably know this young man, the Overmind, aka Alex Death. They're a very strong player all around. Tend to dumpster me in our games. Very good at Brood War Zerg, and overall a terror for those of us who are playing in kind of the more kind of high diamond dish into the low master territory. Bit of a terror there. Now Titus, you probably don't know as much. I don't think they play the ladder. I've not seen them play the ladder. I've played them in some customs here or there. You know, we do play together sometimes, but definitely not as much as Overmind and I. So I'm not familiar as much with their TVZ because I typically play Protoss, where they play a really just standard mech style. Yeah, so we have a 1-Rax expand with a wall on the high ground, which is not what I expected at all. A lot of people go low ground wall, and you CC first into 3-Racks, or you go 3-Racks on the high ground into your CC. I don't often see like this 1-1-1, you know, Racks expand into factory like StarCraft 2 style opener in the mod when I see people play Brood War versus Brood War, but let's see what he has cooking up. Could be interesting. As for Overmind, we have a 3rd hatch already on the way on location, which is also kind of uncommon. A lot of times you see it here at the choke, so it creates like a bit of a wall. Maybe Overmind's familiar with Titus more than I am and knows there's not some like 1 base 3-Rack stim coming, because I feel if this was a 1 base 3-Rack stim timing, this is a very dangerous hatchery location, even on the 4-player spawn map. Super fast +1. So what this to me says we're probably gonna see, and I've been seeing this a lot, it's very frustrating to play against as the Terran, which is my off race. So like they're gonna go for +1 melee speedlings, and they're gonna drone up like crazy, and they literally stay on lings until Hive. You don't go Hydra, you don't go Lurker, you just go Lings and upgrades. It's kind of like the equivalent, I think of it as the equivalent to Crazies, or quote-unquote, from Brood War, right? And you just sit, except that'd be Carapace upgrades. But they're going to get melee upgrades and probably Carapace soon, and they go straight to Ultralisk. Because I don't see why else you'd be getting that upgrade this early. So that could be... Oh man, yeah, without a wall... Yeah, my experience is that this is extremely difficult to deal with. It looks like we're going to be going with Marine Tank, which is, I don't see this very often. Stims on the way. Love the Academy sound, classic. Yeah, Siege mode finished up right there. So we're going to be having Marine Tank, and we're getting an NG Bay. So I don't exactly know what Titus's overall plan is here, I would say without some kind of wall, the mass Ling style, like this is already a lot of Lings. Now the tank's gonna help, the bunker's gonna help, but honestly, you get a couple more rounds of Lings like this, and this could just be swarmed. Like, this is very dangerous not having a full wall. But if he pokes in with the whole group and eats a tank shot, right, that could be a huge amount of damage on these. Like, you almost want to, like, send one or two up to soak, but you could just run in and surround this, honestly. And that might be exactly what he does. He sees the opening. The surround is in. He's on the tank already. It's exactly what I thought was going to happen. The bunker's going to go down, and I think this is just game. There's no wall at the top. This is done. You can't do this. Look at this. Brood War Zerg doesn't fuck around. You can't just not wall. Is he going to get the tank? Okay, luckily for Titus, the tank survives, but does it matter at what cost? The natural is completely forfeit. There's no real wall. Oh, and the Lings squeeze through. They're slippery. They're on the tank. It was a valiant effort, and that is already game number 1. GG. The Overmind. Yeah, you can't not wall. You cannot just not wall. And I think right here what we're seeing is exactly why the 2 openers that I was talking about are more common. You just go depot, CC first, into 3 racks. Well, it's like 2 racks, Academy. You go 2 racks, Gas, Academy, 3 racks. Either way, it turns into this 3 rack stem off of CC first. And then you get tech, right? Or I see people do a lot of you go 3 racks before the expansion and you just stim rush them and hit them like a fucking truck, because if you get a couple fire bats, you have medics and marines, Lings just you cannot kill it, right? And then it doesn't mean you'll win. It puts Zerg in a position where they have to rely a lot on counterattacks. They have to rely a lot on backstabs, and things like that. And, but it does change the whole game. And I think that this style we saw of not walling is just not viable. I don't think you could do it. But regardless, we're getting into game 2 of the Overmind. This is a best of 3. So Titus here, first match, ace, life on the line for points. So the way this tournament's working, it's a round robin, and it's going to be an accumulation of points that determine your placement, whether you move on or not. So it's a +1, -1 for win-loss. And it goes by map score. In the top right, the purple Zerg, the terror. It is the Overmind. In the bottom left corner, the red Terran doing the build I talked about. I'm happy to see it. It is Titus. So at the very least, we're expanding on the low ground. I thought it was going to be CC first when I saw this setup. I personally think CC first is the way to go, and the reason I think that, you might think, oh, isn't that really greedy? Can't it be punished? Not on the 4-player spawn maps, not really. It is extremely ballsy on a 4-player spawn map to go like really fast pool and just Ling rush. Like I guess like 12 pool or whatever, like 12, 13 pool, and there's no real pool gas, because I mean, yeah, you could go like a gas pool, I guess, and do a speed Ling rush, but you won't hit before the wall's up, even if you go CC first. You go CC and then it goes racks, then you go gas, Academy. See, in this one, the gas is already up, and here's the thing with that. I don't think that this is so your gas is up, right? You can't make gas units until Academy, and you can't get stim until Academy. So I think if you start gas and then Academy right after, the timing of everything lines up real well. So I think what you're going to see in this game is Titus floating gas. As someone who plays a decent amount of Terran, and I love TVZ in this mod, it's my favorite matchup in the Brood War versus Brood War matchups. It's a blast. I think on both sides, it's super fun to play. That's just my opinion here. So we'll keep an eye on that. On the Zerg side of things, once again, third base on location. I feel like this is so ballsy. Maybe it's not. Maybe Overmind's no, this is fine. You get it fast enough. You get creep. You could scout if there's a stim push coming. You make sunkins, and it's a done deal. And you know, my third's up and they have nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people walling here. You put your third hatchery here, and your fourth hatchery would go on either here or here on location, depending how you wanted to play. Definitely a lot of people choose here, but some players like here because this choke is real hard, so you have a wall of Sunkins here. And it just means like pushing in with straight bio, like it's not going to happen. You really have to have tanks to push through that. So I think we're going to see the exact same build. I think Overmind here, Alex Death, is saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to go for +1 melee. I'm going to go for speedlings. Titus learned, said, I'm going to make a wall. But look at the state of the game. Like, workers-wise, Titus is doing good. But their natural is just finishing. The third hatch is finished on location. So we're going to have and fourth in the main. We're going to have 4 hatch production for Brood War Zerg. And if they sniff out that there's no threat, the drone explosion is just going to be real. And that's where I just feel that the CC first is the way to go. Or you go all 3 racks and you super pressure, like you go one way or the other. But it's fine. We're into a decent spot. This is a playable point of the game. We are starting to see that drone explosion a little bit for Overmind, but this is fine. This is a playable position here. Third rack's coming down. We have factory and the machine shop coming down. Starport's coming down, and we are going to see Hydras. Oh, look, little difference. It wasn't +1 melee. I thought it would be. So they went straight Carapace. That means they're probably going to be using some lurkers. Knowing Overmind, oh yeah, definitely lurkers. Lair's finishing. Hydra den's down. I don't think we're going to see a ton of Hydras. I think we're going to see Ling lurker. Yeah, and Zerg's just exploding. The problem with Brood War Zerg here, Alex doesn't know where they are. Did they never scout? They never scouted. They have no idea where they're going. No, you caught a SCV scout. This would be so... Imagine if this group with Stim was here before lurkers are done, or at the third before lurkers are done. Even then, there's already Sunken, I don't know. But if that was hitting now, at their third, that would be like a reasonable thing. As it stands, I'm gonna call... There's a 0% chance this is getting anything done. The worker discrepancy is not too bad. Remember that in Brood War versus Brood War, there's no mules, so it's not quite exactly the same as when you think of StarCraft 2, where you're like, oh, it's okay, you know, that Terran's like behind in workers. It kind of still is to an extent, but not to the same extent. So let's see. I don't think this can get anything done. Absolutely cannot. This is insane. Oh, the medic went down right away. That's so unfortunate. The medic was in front here. Oh, maybe it will. Oh, all those lings are out of position. I thought there were lurkers at home. I mean, this is something. Got nooked back here in a good little spot. I mean, this is going to go down. It didn't get a lot of workers. You know, forced some lost mining time. It killed some static D. It saw a Hydralisk, which is something, right? I swore I saw... Oh, there's one of them hatching. I thought there were lurkers on the map. Oh, you know what? I bet I saw the upgrade, not the unit. That's what it was. They look very similar. The picture of it looks very similar. If you go to upgrades here, yeah, see, look. There's the lurker upgrade, and then we saw with the... Right, they're the same picture. That makes sense. Yeah, there's that Ling lurker, a little bit of Hydra support. Yeah. I think these 2 Valkyries were like, hopefully maybe they can go get some Overlords, but yeah, I don't know. These are nested in here, and Valkyries are really nice if they open mutas. And the classic issue, they don't shoot down. So when they don't open mutas and you're making Valkyries, you're making stuff that really isn't going to be shooting. And the attack's coming, and to be honest, what I imagine is that Alex is going to see there's no third and just pull back, and maybe even set up like a trap, like a hold position lurker trap. Or they're just going to balls in, just fucking burrow into this. Oh my god. Oh my. That was fucking brutal. I think this game's over. Oh, Jesus. Did you see that ball he hit the bio? That was fucking disgusting. This is over. He just ran in and burrowed and they died. Oh, God, hold on. How far does B go back? I'm not used to these. Oh, hit it again. Okay. Okay, we're gonna see this in slow motion. Oh my God. Watch this. You're just sitting here, you're a Marine, you're living your best life, and then there's this shit happens. Let's see this run up and just. Okay, they run in. Look at this burrow, look at these spines. Oh my God. Lurkers are so fucking brutal, dude. They hit so fast in Brood War, they're awesome. Wow, that was gnarly. Well, good game. I think Overmind was favored. They're really strong within the tournament in general. I think they're one of the people that absolutely could take it. So it's no huge surprise here, but I think Titus came out and did their shit. They're figuring it out. It's a tough matchup. And maybe they'll look into some of the CC first builds and kind of get themselves into a better position. But with that, that's the end of the episode. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.